What's up, everyone? We have just arrived at Willow Creek today, where it's new bow day. So I just picked up the PSE EVO XF 33, and I'm super excited to get it built. Bret, the owner here, has agreed to help us out. Be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. I got the old bow right here, and we're gonna be taking the parts off, throwing it on the new one. So stay tuned.
Okay, we're going to start taking some parts off of Ryan's old bow and get ready to put his new bow together. Okay, I'm taking the side off, we're using that.
All right, let's check her out.
Woo!
Nice. Looking good. The EVO XF 33. Got it in that sub-alpine Sitka camo pattern. So that's looking pretty good. The specs on this EVO XF 33 with the S2 cams are, it's got a 6 3/4 brace height. It's got a draw weight of 70 pounds. This model has the high let off, 80 to 90%. Let's see, axle to axle is 33 inches. And the draw length range on this bow is 26 to 30 inches.
Black gold 3-pin assault. Gonna run the same bars.
Yes, sir.
So what quiver are you gonna run on this? You gonna run with the regular tie spot or the 2-piece?
Well, I think since this one has the mounts for the 2-piece, I'll try that out. What do you think?
Well, 2-piece is nice. I think there's less vibration on a bow when you have the 2-piece because it's more solid. Instead of being mounted right here in the center where it can vibrate a little bit, you're going to be mounted on the 2 points down here. So it makes it tighter, I think. Now the disadvantages, like putting it in a case, you can't take the quiver else on a quick release like the original tie spot. So it's got its pros and cons. I've used both. I like both. I think my next bow is going to have the 2-piece just because of no vibration, make it a little tighter. So just personal preference. What you like, they all work real good.
Well, I think since this one has the mounts and it didn't have it, I don't believe, on the Evil, the last year's model, let's go ahead and run the 2-piece.
That's good. I'd rather sell you that one anyway. It costs more. Check out a rest.
I did. I want to run this new Hamskea Epsilon rest. Been hearing good things about it, so.
And that's a good rest. It's a nice tight profile. Yeah, so depending on the thickness of your riser right here, it has different settings. It has these little 3 pins, positions like 1 through 3. So for this one, since it's between 800 and 900 thousandths, we're going to use position 1. Decal.
All right. I'm a Hamskea pro now. I got my decal. Put this on my truck. Well, it looks like I got upsold again, so I'm doing a 2-piece quiver on this one instead of my tight spot 1-piece that I've been running for years now. So that'll be nice to go to the 2-piece, try something new. And I'm also going to run the Hamskea Epsilon rest, since that's all the rage right now. I've heard good things about it, so. Yeah, I got upsold twice already. I've only been in here for about 20 minutes, so.
But you're going to be happy. You're going to be real happy.
I'm told I'm going to be happier than I was when I walked in, so that's good.
So looks like it's centered on the burger button hole right out of the package, so that's good. Check the center shot here. Okay, that's right on 13/16, just like they said it would be. So we didn't have to make adjustments. I will check the screws though. Always make sure they're tight. That's good. So with the PSE, they give you a hole in this yoke splitter here that you can actually mount your drop away, your limb driven, right here. I actually prefer the limb, which will attach it right here. They both work. I guess I'm just more old school not used to having it right here in the yoke. So now they come with this new dampener. They used to have a spring up here at the top. The spring could stretch out, so this is supposed to work a little better, so it stretches a little bit. So when we pull this down all the way tight like that, the pressure's on this, so we can get a lot of tension right there, and it keeps everything tight and down where it wants to go. So instead of using the old spring system, now we got this new rubber dampener. So we're going to put this on the limb, get it tied in, and you want to have that dampener as close to the limb as you can. What they recommend. Keep this right in the front part of the cam. Alright, so now I'm going to burn that so it doesn't pull through. And it'll be centered on the groove on the rubber pad. Okay, then we take up the slack here. Okay. So now we can go ahead and put a D-loop and a Peep on there, and then we'll get all this adjusted. So we got the little arrow holder rubber piece that goes right here, so your arrow's not clanking on your bow. When you put this on and your arrow's just laying in there, it stays real quiet until you pull back and your limb flexes and that comes up like that. So when you have this down, you don't want your arrow clanging on here, so that's what that does. It kind of helps, keeps it centered right there. So I just clean that off. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. It comes with the adhesive. We got a little radius on the shell, so I'm trying to stay right behind that. This stuff works pretty good. It hasn't come off my bow on the Hamskea that I run, so that should be good. I guess before we do the D-loop Peep, we can go ahead and get his sight set up. Make sure it's level. Nice feature on the assaults where we can micro adjust the level at the 1/16. So we're going to do the first one with the micro adjust that they give you right here. Make sure it's level with the bow, which is real critical. So on a movable sight going up and down, you want to make sure it's going up and down level with the bow. Ryan's running a 3-pin slider sight, which is probably one of our most popular sights that we sell because it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. And by that I mean you get to have 3 pins that you've set, so when you're all the way up at 20 yards you can shoot like a fixed pin sight, 20, 30, 40. So if you feel like you don't have time to make an adjustment, you just use it and shoot like pins. If you have time to make an adjustment, you move your pin to whatever yardage you want and it's exact. So you put that top pin the way we got it set up right on. If it's 37 yards, you'd aim at 37 yards and aim right at it. You don't have to split the pins. So it makes it really nice. Much more accurate when you can do that. And then like I said, it gives you that option of shooting it like a fixed pin. If you don't feel like you have time to make that adjustment, maybe the animal's going to walk away right away. So it's kind of pretty cool setup. This is for your D-loop, for your knock. So this is going to keep your D-loop from pinching your knock. And if you ever need a new D-loop, you don't have to measure anything because you got these threaded nocks right there, so it just goes right back in the same place. That's 6. Then we go back over and that'll settle into the space between the 2 threads. Six across with the double knot, and then come back across the top with 3. You want to make sure it's in the right place because they're a pain in the butt to cut off and redo.
Going with the black D-loop material. Just keeping it simple, right, Bret?
That's right. If you weren't here, I'd have put pink on for you. Rad Peep with the SDA. It's a got a cutout. It's an aluminum Peep. It's got a cutout like counterboard so that it lets more light in. So even though it's only 3/16, it almost feels like you're looking through a 1/4 inch Peep. So I really like these because of that, especially for low light conditions in hunting. So we'll get this one put in, and then we'll have you pull back, see where you need it to be.
All right, so as Bret was putting this Peep on, which we both like, because I've shot this one before, Travis over here is trying to sway me
I shoot the Raptor Peep
into this Peep. So this is upsell number 3 for my trip at Willow Creek today. But I'm gonna have to deny you on that one, Travis.
That's fine.
I'm running with the one that I'm already used to, and the one that Bret recommended. So just take that back and put it on the wall.
Shot's in the middle of the target. Don't lie. Sorry, Hamskea. I tried to sell your stuff.
Pulling down the rest all the way and putting tension on that dampener down there. So now that's under tension. Rest is flat and tight.
All right, so a quick little tidbit here. This scale right here, thank you. I've hit this already twice today in the hour that I've been here. So just repositioning the back bar there, Bret.
Yeah, kicking it out a little bit. Once you get a quiver and arrows and everything on here, then you're probably going to want to mess with that way a little more and get the balance of your bow just where you want it. So this will just kind of give us ability to play with it a little bit right now. So I'm going to have you pull back, and we're going to play with your Peep here and make sure it's going to go in the right place, and we'll get it tied in. What is your draw length? 29, 28 and a half?
28 and a half is what I'm currently shooting.
So this is going to be in the D setting, which will be 28 and a half inches for you. So all you got to do is loosen up the mod. It's a rotating mod, and you're good to go. It's that simple. So yeah, these are good cams. This new S2, I actually have the E2 on my Levitate, and it does kick a lot of speed out there.
How do you like these cams compared to maybe what some of the other brands are offering right now?
They're a little stiff, but they're not uncomfortable. I mean, it took me a week to get used to it because it did feel totally different than my Evolve cam that I have on my 3D PSE. And but once I got used to it, I like it. And like I said, I only shoot 60 pounds, but I'm still shooting a lot of, you know, like 280 feet per second. So I like that part of it. So it works pretty good. I think you're gonna like it. So you got your release?
Yep. I had a release.
I'll kind of twist it and we'll get in that general area, get things dialed.
Checking Peep right now. It looks pretty good right here.
Is it right on? You're centered on your scope housing?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
Should I shoot?
Yeah, let me turn on the light. And you look like you're going to be okay, so go ahead.
Peep's not tight. Is it going to be okay?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Okay.
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 All right, first shot.
That was the first shot.
How'd it feel?
Felt different from what I'm used to. The cam definitely feels a little different. And shooting 70, like I said, I haven't drawn back 70 pound in 2.5 years.
Let's pull back again.
Yeah, see now it's a little high, it seems like.
Okay.
Maybe move it a little bit lower. That's pretty good. That looks pretty good on the alignment for the Peep.
Okay, so go ahead and shoot when you're ready.
Just in the sight for 20 here. Just getting some initial adjustments done.
Okay, try that.
Getting better.
Yeah, almost there.
Feeling better with every shot too on the draw.
There we go, that a boy.
Yeah, that felt good.
Okay, so we'll grab that quiver, get that on there.
Cool.
Let's try a couple shots like that, and then we're gonna shoot through the chronograph.
Sounds good.
The pivot 2.5 from tight spot.
I'm sticking with tight spot, but I'm going from 1 piece to a 2 piece. Since we got those new mounting options on the XF. All right, I'm gonna take off the stock grip because that's a little too wide for my small, tiny girl hands. And I'm gonna put on a green Bomar grip tape. So we're gonna wrap it right now, and that should be better for my smaller hands.
All right, Tim, have a good one.
Good. What are you doing? What was going on there with that grip tape? These guys, they're always joking around with my stuff. Well, I guess it's still his stuff. I haven't paid him yet. So.
Okay, got the grip tape on, Peeps tied in. I think you're all ready to shoot. Go kill something.
Awesome. All right, let's take this out on the range here and get a
Let's
few.
try a couple more shots, and then let me throw some of this trash away. Put the spare Bomar tape back in there.
It's looking good. Yeah, that grip tape feels pretty good.
Yeah, it really feels. It's even when it's wet. That's what I like about it. It's like you're out hunting and it's morning, it's wet and grass and stuff, and your hand's not going to slip on there. It just feels real solid.
I like it. So now I'm gonna send a couple arrows through it and just kind of see how everything feels.
Right down to mine.
Woo!
.278. Oh shit, hit the arrow. I think shooting good. Looks like one light down there. 278 duplicate.
Chronoed at 278. We're gonna get a good weigh the arrow so we can see how many grains the arrow is.
471 on your arrow. So
Oh wow!
On the heavier side.
So they're definitely on the heavier side with these lighted nocks. So 471 is the weight of the arrow, total weight, and it's shooting at 278. So for a 471 grain arrow, 278, that's pretty good numbers. All right, that sums up the bow build. So the bow ended up shooting 278 feet per second with the S2 cam, and I'm a 28.5-inch draw length at 70-pound draw weight. So that's pretty good considering that these arrows that I'm shooting with the lighted nocks are 471 grains total. So that's definitely on the heavier side of an arrow, which will be good though, because I'll get good penetration, on whatever animal I'm hunting here. So that's definitely something to look forward to. But yeah, bow turned out great. I got the black gold movable sight on there. I got the RamRods front and rear bar. The tight spot 2-piece quiver, which goes into the new mounts that we mentioned before that the XF added this year. So I'm looking forward to getting this home, taking it back in the backyard. So I'll put a few hundred shots through it, and then we'll go through and we'll tune it back up just to make sure that everything's still dialed. We'll probably do an update on my thoughts after I've gotten a chance to shoot it for a long time and do a long-term review. I got to adjust the tape on my sight. I have my tape right now set at 271.5, and we're shooting 278 on this. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to make some adjustments on the tape once I start getting out to 50, 60, 70, 80 yards. That's where I'll really be able to see, where my shots are going and start to measure the tape with a micrometer to find the right one. I had a lot of fun today hanging out with the guys here at Willow Creek. Bret is awesome. If you're ever in the area, definitely check him out. He's here in Southern California in the Escondido area, soon to be Temecula location. But he always gets us dialed on the builds. Picked up all the parts that you see from this shop. So he's got an awesome selection of everything you're gonna need to get outfitted. Be sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, we really appreciate that. We'll see you in the next video. Whoop.